Hi, Dale coming from inside my house today, where I have a little home project where this door right here, it is shutting pretty tight. And the reason is because this hinge up here, the holes on the wall side are stripped. So the screws are just kind of sliding out. And I can tell that because the gap here is tighter than the gap there. So it's tilting. I'm going to fix it with this small little piece of scrap. I will only need to use little slivers of it, some wood glue, and that's all it is. Let's get to it. Here you can see how much larger the gap is at the top of the door versus the bottom of the door. Here you can see how the screws just spin inside of the holes. Some of these screws may look like they do tighten up, but it's because I have an awkward angle to the screws to get around the camera. But trust me, they will just sit there and spin all day long as much as I want to spin them. If you're not removing the entire door, but just taking off a hinge, it's a good idea to put a little bit of support under the door. Now that you have the door supported, simply remove the screws connecting the hinge to the door frame. Next, you need to create the material that you'll actually use to plug the screw holes. For this, I found a very thin piece of scrap wood in the garage, and I'm just going to peel off little slivers, maybe the size of toothpicks, some a little smaller, some larger, just different sizes that I'll be able to use to actually fill those screw holes with. Some people actually use toothpicks, some people use golf tees. Really, anything will work as long as it completely fills the hole. Taking a few of the slivers that we pulled off of the scrap wood, we bundle them together, cover them in glue, and insert them into the hole. We can then break off any portions of those slivers that are sticking out of the screw hole and clean up any glue that bleeds out. Rinse and repeat for each of the 4 holes. Once the glue dries, all those slivers of wood inside of the hole should now become a solid piece of wood that you'll be able to screw a screw into. If I was to do this again, I think instead of putting glue on the bundles of slivered wood, I would put the glue into the screw hole and then wedge the pieces of wood in. I hope that makes sense, but it would have been easier. I feel that a lot of this glue may not have gotten down into the hole. So now we just let that glue dry for a couple hours and we should be good to go. You know, lately a lot of woodworking YouTubers have been showing off their musical skills with their instruments while things dry. So I thought I'd do the same thing for you here. I took guitar lessons once in 6th grade. Haven't picked it up since, but let's see how I do. Okay, here we go. Haven't had a lesson in 35 years. Let's see what I remember. Not very good. I think it's a little out of tune though. That's much better. Much, much better. Now let's see how we do. Now that the glue has had plenty of time to dry and I'm done with my jam, all we need to do is put the screws back into the hinge, tighten them back up, and this project will be done. So there you go. Simple, easy peasy, and now it opens, shuts real easy. It used to just really smack against this door strike right here, and now it's just nice and easy. Hope this was helpful to somebody. If you like what I've done, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you want to follow me along. And if you have any suggestions for maybe a better way to do this, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. See you till next time.